Welcome back, students. This is the professor, and in today's video we'll be creating an RGB LED with the help of an Arduino. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First of all, we need to define the pins in which the RGB LED is connected with. So pin 3 represents blue, pin 5 represents green, and pin 6 represents red. In the void setup function, we call the pin mode function. This will configure the specified pin to behave either as an input or an output, and in this video, all of the LEDs will be an output. We then define the three variables for our different colors, in which all will be integers. So it's going to be int red value, int green value, and int blue value. Int just means integer. In the void loop function, we define a delay time variable with a value of 10. This will determine the fading time between colors. Red value will be 255, green value will be 0, and blue value will be 0 as well. Next, we create a for loop to fade out the red color by decrementing it, and we bring the green color to a higher brightness by incrementing it. After that, we define our variables again. This time green will be 255 and the rest will be 0. And then we create another for loop to fade out the green color by decrementing it and bring the blue color to a higher brightness by incrementing it. And last but not the least, we define our variables again. This time blue will be 255 and the rest will be 0. And we create a for loop to fade out the blue color by decrementing it and bring the red color to a higher brightness by incrementing it. So this is all our code. Now we head over to the tools option right over here, and we navigate to board and click the appropriate board that is connected to the computer. For me, this will be the Arduino Uno board. After you click the specific board that's connected to your computer, we then click upload, and this will be uploaded right in our Arduino board. So before we start our project, you'll require a few things. First, you will need an Arduino Uno board. You're also going to need a 220k ohm resistor. You're going to need 3 of them. So I'm going to use a breadboard, and I have attached the resistors on the rows 42, 43, and 45. You will also need an RGB LED. And finally, you will need 4 jumper wires, preferably different colors. As you can see, I have used green, orange, yellow, and blue wires. After all that setup, it's time we bring our project to life. So this is the breadboard we set up earlier, and I will attach the RGB LED to the breadboard. Make sure the longest node is on row 44. This will be our negative terminal. Now I will grab a blue jumper wire and attach it to row 44 on the breadboard. Then I will attach the other end of the blue jumper wire to the ground pin on the Arduino Uno board, just like so. Next, I will attach the orange jumper wire to row 45 on the breadboard, just like that. And I will attach the opposite end to pin 6 on the Arduino Uno. After that, I will attach the yellow jumper wire to row 43 on the breadboard, just behind the resistor. and I'll connect the opposite end to pin 5. And finally, the green jumper wire will be connected to row 42 on the breadboard, and the opposite end will be attached to pin 3 on the Arduino Uno, just like that. Here's an overview of the setup. Before we continue, just ensure that your setup matches with mine and there's no loose connections. Now this is where the magic happens. You will now need to connect your Arduino Uno board to a power supply. It could be either a computer or an adapter. I'm going to use a computer. So I'm just going to connect this, and there you have it. You have successfully made your own RGB LED. Let's get a closer look, and you can see it transition from red to blue to green. And it keeps continuing until you close the power supply. So I really enjoyed making this video, and a like and subscribe will be greatly appreciated. That's all I have for today, and I'll see you students in the next lesson.